Welcome back to the channel Top Coin, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into an incredible topic that could put money right in your pocket. Believe it or not, that small 5-cent coin from Canada sitting in your change jar or wallet could be worth a lot more than just 5 cents. Yes, we're talking about the 2007 Canadian nickel, and in this video, we're going deep into its fascinating history, what makes certain ones extremely valuable, and how to determine the current market value so you'll know if you've hit the jackpot. Stay tuned until the very end because we'll also talk about how collectors are paying hundreds, even thousands of dollars for rare variations of this coin, and how you can find out if you own one of these hidden treasures. The 5-cent coin, often called the nickel in Canada, has a long and interesting history. By 2007, the Royal Canadian Mint was producing coins with modern techniques, but they still carried a classic design. The obverse, or front of the coin, features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt. This portrait began appearing on Canadian coins in 2003 and continued for years, making the 2007 coin part of this era. On the reverse side, you'll find the iconic beaver design sitting on a log, created by G. E. Kruger Gray, which has been used on Canadian nickels for decades and is loved by collectors worldwide. In 2007, millions of these coins were minted for circulation, but as with almost any coin, not all nickels are created equal. There are certain factors that can make some 2007 Canadian nickels extremely valuable. Let's break it all down so you'll know exactly what to look for. First, what makes one of these nickels worth more than face value? The key lies in rarity and condition. Most 2007 Canadian nickels are worth their face value, but there are exceptions that drive collectors wild. Minting errors, coins with double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, or planchet errors. These minting mistakes are rare, and collectors will pay a premium for them. Proof and specimen coins, special collector sets released by the Royal Canadian Mint in 2007 often include coins struck with a higher level of detail and a mirror-like finish. These coins are not typically found in circulation and can be worth far more than face value. High-grade uncirculated coins, a 2007 Canadian nickel that has never been used and is graded by a professional service in mint state condition, especially MS65 or higher, can command significant prices on the collector market. So, if you find a 2007 nickel in pristine condition with sharp details and no scratches or wear, don't spend it. Instead, consider getting it appraised or graded. You might wonder why collectors are so interested in a coin that seems so common. The reason is that coin collecting is all about rarity, history, and condition. Even modern coins like the 2007 nickel can gain value if they're scarce in certain forms. Collectors want examples that tell the story of Canada's coinage, and the beaver design has a special place in Canadian history. Plus, the transition years when designs or production techniques change can create small variations that later become highly sought after. Now, let's talk about what you've been waiting for: the money. As of now, the typical 2007 Canadian nickel in circulated condition is worth about 5 cents. However, if you have one in brilliant uncirculated condition or from a proof set, the value can range anywhere from a few dollars to $20 or more depending on the grade and demand. Error coins are where things get really exciting. Some rare error nickels from around this period have sold for $100, $200, or even higher depending on the severity and uniqueness of the minting error. Professional coin grading and authentication add credibility and help maximize the selling price. Collectors are always searching for examples in perfect condition. An MS67 or MS68 graded 2007 nickel is incredibly rare and can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction. Here's what you need to do: examine the coin under good lighting and possibly with a magnifying glass. Check for any unusual features like doubling of the letters or numbers, off-center designs, or cracks in the coin. Assess the condition. Is it shiny with no visible wear? Consider getting it graded if you believe it's in mint state condition or has an error. If you find you have one of these valuable coins, you can sell them in various ways. Coin dealers, auction houses, and online platforms like eBay have active markets for Canadian coins. Just make sure you do your research and compare prices to avoid underselling your treasure. So, the next time you find a 2007 Canadian 5-cent coin in your change, don't overlook it. Take a closer look because you might have something worth a lot more than you think. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and even modern coins can hide secrets of value. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more videos on coin values and hidden treasures, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming videos on rare coins you might already have at home. Drop a comment below and let us know if you've ever found a valuable coin in your change. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern Canadian coins, the 2008 Canadian 5-cent coin. This is not just a regular nickel in your change jar. Some examples of the 2008 Canadian 5-cent coin can be worth far more than face value if you know what to look for. In this video, we'll explore the coin's history, design, minting details, and the factors that make certain 2008 Canadian nickels valuable in today's market. Stay tuned until the end because I'll share how much these coins are actually selling for and tips on finding one that could be worth a lot of money. Let's start with a bit of history. The Canadian 5-cent coin has been around since the 19th century. The classic beaver design that we see today has been a staple since 1937. On the obverse, or front, you'll find the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, and on the reverse, the iconic beaver sitting on a rock. The design was created by G.E. Kruger Gray and has remained one of Canada's most beloved and recognizable coin designs for decades. Now, let's talk specifically about the 2008 issue. By 2008, Canadian nickels were being minted primarily out of steel with a nickel plating. Prior to 2000, these coins had higher nickel content, but due to rising metal costs, the Royal Canadian Mint switched to a multiply-plated steel composition. The 2008 coins weigh about 3.95 grams and have a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. Most 2008 nickels were struck at the Winnipeg Mint, and the total mintage was in the hundreds of millions. So, you might be wondering, if there were so many made, why would any of them be valuable? The key lies in rarity, condition, and certain special issues. Not all coins are created equal. While most 2008 nickels are worth only face value, collectors are always on the lookout for rare varieties, proof-like coins, mint state examples, and especially errors. Some 2008 Canadian nickels were struck in special uncirculated or proof sets with a superior finish. These can fetch several dollars or more if kept in pristine condition. Even more exciting are mint errors. Errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, and planchet issues can make an ordinary coin extraordinary. For example, an off-center 2008 5-cent coin in mint state could be worth $20, $50, or even more depending on the severity and collector demand. Coins graded by professional services like ICCS or PCGS can also command significant premiums, especially if they are graded mint state 65 or higher. A 2008 5-cent coin graded MS66 or MS67 with full luster and no major blemishes could sell for several dollars up to $20 or more at auction or coin shows. Another factor that makes some 2008 Canadian nickels collectible is the satin finish strikes issued in mint sets. These coins were not meant for circulation and have a distinctive appearance compared to the regular circulation strikes. Collectors pay a premium for these when they are still sealed in their original mint packaging. So what about the market today? The coin market is constantly changing. As of now, most circulated 2008 Canadian nickels are worth only face value, about 5 cents, unless they have an error or are in exceptionally high grade. However, uncirculated examples and proof-like coins can be worth $1 to $5 each. High-grade certified coins have been known to sell for even more. At auction, top pop examples in the best condition sometimes reach prices of $20, $30, even $50 depending on the buyer's interest and rarity of the grade. Error coins with dramatic features can exceed $100 or more, but those are much harder to find. The best way to determine your coin's value is to examine it carefully. Check for errors like doubled lettering, off-center designs, or missing elements. Look at the condition under magnification. The less wear, the more valuable it is. If you believe your coin could be high grade or has a unique error, consider sending it to a professional grading service. Proper authentication and grading can significantly increase a coin's market value. For those who want to invest or collect, it's also worth noting that the Canadian nickel series is popular among collectors worldwide, not just in Canada. The history of the beaver design and the transition of metals over the decades makes this series fascinating. The 2008 issue is part of that story, representing the modern steel-based coins that are still in circulation today. So, what should you do if you have a 2008 Canadian 5-cent coin? First, don't assume it's only worth a nickel. Inspect it carefully. If it's uncirculated, set it aside. If you find an error, research it or consult a coin dealer. And if you're interested in collecting, try to assemble a complete set of Canadian nickels from different years and mint finishes. It's an affordable and rewarding hobby, and you might just discover a hidden gem worth far more than its face value. To recap, most 2008 Canadian 5-cent coins are common, but there are exceptions that can be worth a lot of money. Proof-like coins, mint errors, and high-grade certified examples are the ones that bring premiums in today's market. The current market value for exceptional examples can range anywhere from a few dollars to over $100 depending on rarity and condition. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with other coin enthusiasts. Leave a comment below and let us know if you've ever found a rare or valuable 2008 Canadian 5-cent coin. Who knows, your change jar might be hiding a little treasure. Today we are diving deep into the 2016 Canadian 5-cent coin. You might think that a small nickel is worth only 5 cents, but you will be surprised to learn that some examples of this coin are fetching big money in the market today. So stick around because by the end of this video, you will know everything about its history, what makes certain 2016 nickels so valuable, and the current market value if you happen to have one. First, let us start with a bit of background on the Canadian 5-cent coin. Canada introduced the 5-cent coin way back in the 19th century, and it has seen many changes in design and composition over the years. Originally made of silver, the nickel has evolved into a steel-based coin with a nickel plating and a small amount of other metals. The modern beaver design on the reverse side is iconic and has been used since 1937, designed by G.E. Kruger Gray. The obverse of the coin features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II. By 2016, Canada continued using this design tradition. The year 2016 was not an anniversary year or a commemorative year for the nickel, but it is interesting because certain examples of this coin have characteristics that collectors are actively searching for. The 2016 nickel was minted at the Royal Canadian Mint and millions were produced for circulation. So you might be wondering, if there are millions of them, how could one be valuable? The answer lies in condition, errors, and rarity of certain varieties. As with many modern coins, coins that are preserved in pristine mint state condition with no circulation wear are far more valuable to collectors. Collectors often look for coins graded by professional services like PCGS or ICCS. A 2016 nickel graded MS66 or MS67 can sell for many times its face value simply because they are hard to find in perfect condition, but the real excitement comes with error coins. Error coins happen when something goes wrong in the minting process. This could be off-center strikes, double dies, planchette errors, clipped planchets, or even die cracks. There are reports of 2016 nickels with die chips around the beaver design or doubling on the date or lettering. These types of errors can dramatically increase the value. For example, a dramatic off-center strike or a double die error can make a coin worth $20, $50, or even more depending on how dramatic the error is and how much collectors want it. Some rare varieties have sold for over $100 in high grade when certified. Another factor to keep in mind is proof-like or specimen strikes that were not released for circulation but came in mint sets. The Royal Canadian Mint produces collector sets every year. Coins from these sets often have a shinier proof-like finish and command a premium on the market, especially if they remain sealed and untouched. Now let us talk about the current market value for the 2016 Canadian nickel. As of now, a regular circulated 2016 5-cent coin is worth its face value of 5 cents. However, uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS66 or higher, can fetch anywhere from $5 to $20 depending on demand. Exceptional examples can reach even higher amounts. Error coins, depending on the type, can go from a modest $10 to several hundred for rare dramatic errors. If you have a 2016 nickel that looks different, always inspect it carefully under magnification. Look for die chips around the beaver design, doubling on the date, or unusual striking features. Collectors also pay attention to rolls of uncirculated coins. An original bank-wrapped roll of 2016 nickels can sell for a premium because of the potential of high-grade coins inside. Another interesting tip is that some 2016 nickels have been found with a satin-like finish from mint sets, and those can also command higher prices among specialized collectors. The bottom line is that while most 2016 Canadian 5-cent coins are only worth face value, there are special circumstances that can make them worth much more. The key factors are condition, rarity of errors, and whether the coin is a special strike from a mint set. To truly know what your coin is worth, consider having it graded by a reputable grading service or showing it to a knowledgeable dealer. Keep in mind that the coin market fluctuates based on collector demand and precious metal prices, so values can change over time. So why should you care about a 2016 nickel? Because it is a perfect example of how everyday coins can hold hidden treasures. You could check your pocket change or your piggy bank and discover a coin that could be worth a lot more than you thought. Many collectors started their journey just by noticing small differences in common coins. And who knows, maybe you will find an error nickel or a pristine mint state example and turn 5 cents into 50 or more. Before we wrap up, here is a quick tip for all of you who want to find valuable coins. Always look at your coins under good lighting. Invest in a simple magnifying glass or loupe. Learn about the different types of mint errors and varieties. And stay connected to coin forums and auction results to see what is selling. Knowledge is power in the coin collecting world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2016 Canadian 5-cent coin and its potential value, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends who love coins or want to learn how to spot valuable change. Leave a comment below if you have found any rare or unusual 2016 nickels. I would love to hear your stories and maybe feature your finds in an upcoming video. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story and some of them could be worth a fortune.